Holy f***, it's hot out here. Okay, so basically what we got going on, this has got a 4-way screen here that folds up. Now, if this thing had some of the flexible poles that kind of pop open, I think it would be awesome. But this actually is pretty slick. So you can have this thing set up in next to no time. So that's the frame, guys. So here's the 4 frames. Pretty slick how they got it. Now, the uncle actually made some shooting rest. So I got this thing on backwards, so we're gonna flip-flop this. There's little plastic poles that they got shoved down inside here with screws. And that's actually a pretty cool idea. So I'm gonna show you, these are rest that Uncle J Bear made, and I'll show you how they work in a second. Now, this was originally made by Indian River Blinds Company, and they were out of Harrison Township, Michigan. This here was the original bag that it come in. This bag has got little zip tie or little Velcro tabs in here, and I think that they probably bought this from one of the Michigan Outdoors shows that they were at. So here's the shooting rest that we got going on for this. He's got a 3-sided shooting rest. Now, if it was me, I would number these so we knew where we had to put them. So here's what you got, guys. We've got the upper shooting rest, and don't forget, these little adapters, you can move up and down as you need to. You've got the lower rest, which goes over here, and this one will just move that up. See how easy that moved up and down? And then the third rest. So my dad was a rather tall guy. Now for me, obviously this blind is way too tall. And this is one thing that I talked about before, is this blind, realistically, I'm 6'2". This blind is almost 7 feet tall. This thing could almost be lowered down to like 5 foot, and then adjust these shooting blocks. Now, these little adapters, very simple, just a piece of angle stock, aluminum angle stock, but you could lower this whole thing down so you got a perfect shooting range on here. The problem with that is when they built this blind, the windows are set up for a 7-foot blind. So you need to set this chair up so it's way the heck up in the air. So there's the shooting rest. Let's do some adjustments. I think I'm glowing, guys. I am definitely glowing. You know you're in the UP when you're digging around looking for a screw, so make sure you get some extras. That's much better for shooting, but look at all the extra that we have left over. We don't need all this. So this blind is way too high. You need to cut these legs off, move the whole thing down, and this is a good plan of mine. I don't know if it'll happen this year or not, because I do procrastinate just a little bit, or a lot, as my son would say. But we're gonna move this back one down, and then I'll throw the cover on, and I'll show you how easy that is. There goes that screw again. And obviously, once you get your framing where it needs to be, you really don't have to move it. Now, this canvas, it's a heavy-duty canvas, but it's just that, it's canvas. Where the stuff today is more of a nylon, so this does add some weight. I'm not sure if this would actually hold the heat in like the nylon stuff does today, but hell, this thing's got to be 20 years old. It looks like it's brand new. So the joy of this, guys, one zipper. Now I'm gonna put this around the back so we can show the zipper in the front. When they built this blind, it's just too doggone high. It's got the big heavy duty zipper. So, and this is the back, obviously, so there is no window out the back. So they got two things going on, guys. They've got the windows are too high. So when you put your support across here, your shooting rest, hell, I gotta sneak up like that, and there's no way I'd be able to get my gun up. So when they did these, I would like to have seen this window going from the down position up instead of from up to down, because in that way you could have zipped it up, and if you still had this height, that's fine. You wouldn't have had to sneak over top of here. But I think with the way this thing is designed, you've got the big zipper for the door, but yet they've got the small zippers for the windows. Use the big zipper on the window along with the door. That way you're only buying one set of zippers. But this thing, even with me struggling with it, if it would have been down at 5.5 or 6 feet, there's no reason that you couldn't have had this thing up in a minute's time, probably as fast as you would a Ameristep or something like that. But I think this blind has got the potential of being a great blind for cold weather. Couple of things I would put on here is I would put on the flexible poles, you know, because if you got them bendable poles, a couple of pockets in there, or even take the bendable poles where you have that little fitting on top and you just spread them bends out. Heck, you could put 4 poles on there, it would fold up to being this long. This blind probably weighs about 15 to 20 pounds. So it's not a light blind, and it's not easy to pack anywhere. I like the blind itself. I think it's got a lot of potential. I would love to see, like you guys have heard me say before, I hunt in the UP of Michigan, Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's cold up there. I like to be warm. I'm an old guy and I like to be warm. So it would be awesome if we could get this in a snow pattern or a pine tree / snow pattern. I think that would be great. It'll get there someday. Someday someone will listen to Charlie the Plumber and say, you know what? Why have we missed this all these years? So anyway, I hope you enjoy the blind. This is actually one that I may hunt out of someday. I need to customize it, and I do have time to customize it. I'm just lazy. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Stop by Small Town Laser Creations as well. They're the people that do the editing for Charlie the Plumber. So this is why we can have videos like this, because them guys take care of my editing. So we'll see you soon.